Hello everyone. I know it's been a minute since I have made a recording, and we've just wrapped up our March Tidy Mind Club and our April Tidy Mind Club, and I am wanting to put out more content, especially in audio form, that can help you understand your mind and to continue to keep it tidy. So I put out a poll yesterday on the Facebook group, and if you're not part of our Facebook group, I would love for you to be. There is a public group that you can be a part of that is called the Tidy Mind. You just type in Tidy Mind on Facebook search and you will see it there, and I'll put the link in this audio as well. I'd love for you to join us in there, and I put out a poll, and the question was, let's see if I can find it, complete the following sentence. My DJ, or mind, if you're not up to speed with what a DJ is, it's just another word for that voice in your head that chatters and talks and has opinions and preferences and judgments and complaints and fears. So it's that part of you that talks inside your head and usually causes some type of problem or drama or upset of some sort. Keeps you from being at peace. So the question is, my DJ, or mind, reaches out to others when it wants to feel blank. So I gave a list of options. The one that seems to be winning in the polls right now is helpful. Helpful, accepted, approved of, needed, liked, loved, smart. Let's see, there's more options here. Admired, seen, understood, soothed, comforted, not alone, cared for, wanted, agreed with. There's, I'm sure, other things. So if you could just take a minute and think about that. When you reach out to other people, when you're sitting there at home alone, or you're just going through life and doing your thing, what are you wanting from others? What are you, when you pick up that phone to send a text, or you're getting on Facebook to interact, or you're watching YouTube videos, what are you wanting out of that? What are you wanting to feel? What are you wanting that other person to help you feel inside? What is that need or that urge? And I gave this a lot of thought for myself, and let me back up. I watched the documentary. I was talking to Valerie the other day, and she asked if I had watched the documentary Miss Americana on, I think it's on Netflix. It's either Netflix or Hulu. I can't remember which one. But Miss Americana is a documentary on Taylor Swift and her, life growing up and in music and writing music and all of the challenges and things that she faced through that, and how she, has grown up and found her voice and been able to speak up on certain things where she, used to just feel like she had to keep her mouth shut and not get involved in certain things, and now she's feeling like it's safe and it's okay to take a stand for what she believes in. So I watched this, and in the first of it, she's talking about how she just, like, her whole belief system was structured around she just wanted to be good, just wanted to be a good girl, and she wanted to have praise, and she wanted that pat on the head, and everything that she did was geared toward that. Everything that she put energy toward was geared to get that reaction from others. And that made me start to think, because I'm very similar to that myself, and trying to think, well, why do I do the things that I do? What am I wanting? What am I striving for? What is it that I'm wanting to get out of this emotionally? Like, what am I wanting to feel from these accomplishments? What's the cookie? Like, what am I going after here? And so I started thinking about that, and then that came with this question. My mind reaches out to others when it wants to feel what? And I think for me, it was accepted, approved of, um, liked, loved, just to be able to, that validation that what I was doing, what I was creating, was helpful and good, and that it would draw people in a way that they would feel better. But also, our minds always love to say, it loves to come up with some really noble reason as to why we do what we do. But when we strip it back down to the, bare bones and really look at it and really get honest with ourselves, it's really a more selfish motive. Like it's um if well, let me say this. It can be a selfish motive if there's a need of our mind that it is striving to get fulfilled, that it has yet to be able to fulfill, if that makes sense. There's a hole there. There's a emotional need hole, and your mind is trying to get that hole filled up with the actions that it's doing. Now, I'm not saying that, like, take Taylor, for instance, like, she's totally on track. Like, she's been given the gift to write songs, like, songs just come to her. She can't help herself. Like, whether she had that emotional need there or not, it would happen. It would still happen. It would just happen, and she wouldn't care if anybody listened to it or liked it or didn't. The words of other people wouldn't impact her as much. She would just be free from the opinion of others, but she would still be doing the work that she's doing. And the same with me. I can't help it. I can't help but process what the mind is doing and figure out why it does what it does. I can't help it. Like, I've tried. I've tried to not do that. I thought that made me a bit weird or um, obsessive or something. Like, I thought maybe there was something wrong with that, but so I've tried to do other things that seemed more, normal, but I can't. I always keep coming back to the mind and breaking it down to easy to understand steps on how to care for this mind and how to feel better in general. So I can't help that. So regardless of if I've got a need, also on the side of that drives a lot of that, regardless of that, I would still do it. I wouldn't care if people bought the courses, or I wouldn't care if people commented on Facebook or engaged or hung out with me on there. And that's the clue to say, because I do care, and I catch myself, checking and seeing, well, who likes this and who likes that, and what are the numbers, and because I do that, that says to me that there is a need of my mind, of my little DJ, that is also at play here, that will keep me feeling unsatisfied, incomplete, keep driving me harder and harder and harder, when really I want the driving force to come from creation. You can call it whatever you want to, but I feel like all of us have something that the universe, or whatever force you want to say, wants to bring into the world, wants to use us as a vessel and bring that into the world. I think we all have that thing that we bring, that we supply. And so I think that I would like that driving force to just come from that and not come from a need of my mind. So in the next audio, that's it for this one. In the next audio, I'm going to try to keep these a little shorter so that they're more doable. But in the next audio, I'm going to walk you through that, on how to see if you've got a need like that, a driving force that it's not coming from, the universe, or it's not coming from a spiritual force. It's coming from a need of your little mind. I'm going to walk you through how to resolve that and how to help your mind release that once and for all.